really the framework that helped me make sure my emails were concise and were value packed and actionable was I would always lead every email from a prospecting sense with some sort of observation. If I was emailing you right now, I might say, hey, Justin, noticed you started at Intuit 4 months ago. How are you liking the role so far?
Nice.
And then my next line is typically some sort of problem that they face. And I'll say something along the lines of new SDRs share that as they join large companies, it's difficult to get ramped up to full speed quickly. Sound familiar?
Wow.
The next line is something around how we help. So I'm not going into my features. I'm not going into anything boring, but I'll just say, we help by, increasing your knowledge and letting you learn from other members on the team that are performing exceptionally well. And then a very soft CTA, like, does this sound interesting to you? The last thing I do with all my emails, and it sounds very old fashioned, but I put a PS at the end. So the reason I do that is this is where I can insert a little bit of like, I don't want to say fluff, but just like even more personalization. I don't know what the PS actually stands for as a postscript, but I think of it as personalization. So I'm say like, hey, Justin, PS, noticed you started Tech Journeys with Atia X amount of years ago. Watched a recent episode, loved it, right? Just something personalized that like screams that this email was only written to you and nobody else in the world, right? If anyone else received that email, it wouldn't make sense. And I think that's how you really stand out as a seller. And if you notice, this wasn't, scripted or planned, like
right.
I'm able to do it pretty quickly because I have that framework memorized for emails where I lead with an observation, I describe a problem, I share a benefit from how we help, a short little call to action, like interested, and then I put a PS for a little bit more personalization. So it's how I structure all my emails for both prospecting as well as like even folks that I'm dealing with in a sales cycle of, wanting to interact with more, ask them a question. I always try to lead with value in the form of some observation to kick things off.